Hello crafters and welcome to Technique Tuesday. We are going to make a quick and easy graduation card. It could be a graduation card, a graduation invitation, or if you think outside the box, you could make it a party invitation, a happy birthday invitation. So let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. Let me show you this adorable graduation card. Now look at that. You open it up and you can put their picture. Look at that picture. Who is that? Look at this card. Let's get busy making this quick and easy graduation card. The first thing you'll need to do is take a piece of cardstock. Now we're going to make two different cards today, so you'll be able to see exactly how we do these folds. But I want to remind you, our measurements will be listed over on creativemomentsbyg.com under my blog. So we're going to take this cardstock and we are going to cut it at 9 3/4 and 4 1/4. And now we're going to keep our trimmer here because we're going to make a few score lines and a few tick marks. So the first score line that you're going to make is at 5 1/2. And this will fit in a regular size envelope. So we have our score line. We're just going to fold that over and bring in our bone folder and give it a good crease. And now what we need to do is go ahead and put the fold to the left. We're going to put it in our trimmer to the left side, and we're going to grab a pencil and we're going to put a tick mark at 2 1/8. And what I like to do, I use my trimmer, I put it at 2 1/8, and then I just use that canal right there and I put a little tick mark. Now we also need a tick mark down here. And we're going to simply take it out, flip it over, keeping this fold line on this left-hand side. Put it at 2 1/8. Put another tick mark using your canal. You can always erase that later. And now we're going to open this up, and you can see that we have a tick mark here and here. Now we're going to put a tick mark on the smaller part of the folded card right here at 2 1/8. And this is going to give us the middle point. Once again, just put your pencil right in that canal and make a little tick. And this allows us to cut our pointed part of the graduation card. Now, we're going to go ahead and cut our point. So we're going to put that tick mark right in the canal, and we're going to rotate this bottom tick mark until it's in the canal. Now make sure that you still have your top one in the canal. Just rotate it until you get it perfectly in the canal, and then slice. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put our tick mark in the canal, rotate this bottom one, and slice. And there we have our perfect point. Now all we need to do is make some score lines. So we are going to score from this tick mark to this left tick mark. So make sure that you move your cutter out of the way. Line this up. Line up that tick mark. And just go ahead and score. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Place this tick mark in the canal. Rotate it until you get the bottom tick mark. And score. going to move this to the side for just a second. And now we're just going to crease our score lines. So go ahead, bring in your bone folder and give that a good crease. Flip it over. Give this a good crease. And you will see that it just very naturally folds in right here. And you just fold it down. Look how easy that is. Now you want to go ahead and give it a good crease all over. And look at that. Now all we need to do is decorate it. So let's go ahead and cut this inside part right here, because this is important. Now on that piece of paper, you need it to be 4 by 5 1/4. So let's just make sure. I've already cut that at 4 and 5 1/4. And now we need to create that little triangular part, right? So we're going to go ahead and put a tick mark right at 2 1/8, just like we did before. Put it in the canal, make a little tick mark. And now we just turn it on its side. 2 1/8, make a tick mark. And you need a tick mark down here. And now we can just cut once again, creating our little pointed area. So we're going to put that tick mark in the canal, put this one in the canal, make sure it's lined up, and slice. Do the same thing to the other side. And slice. Now you want to go ahead and stamp your message on this before you put it in. So we're going to move our trimmer. We are going to bring in our stamp, and we have this beautiful stamp. May the dreams you hold dearest come true, and the kindness that you share come back to you. You can stamp whatever you want to stamp, but that's our stamp. Now, we're going to go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Get this lined up. Now we want to make a real pretty little border down here. So we are using Around the Bin stamp set. It has this beautiful border right here. And we're also using Wonderful Thoughts. It has a beautiful congratulations. So let's bring in our border first. Just going to get that lined up. Look at that. How pretty is that? And now I'm going to bring in the congratulations. And we are going to lay this down. Just add some adhesive to the back, or you can use your tape runner. Now make sure that you stay with us, because I have 2 more colors to show you of this graduation card. Now, you need to decide what you're going to put up there. I already have this picture cut out, and see how it's cut out like a diamond? You want to make sure and cut that out, just like this. And this is a 2 3/4 inch square. So let's just get this laid down on our card. And it makes it so special if you have a graduation picture. This could be a thank you, congratulations. You can put their picture right there, and it just makes it so special. But now we need to turn this into a cap, right, for graduation. So what we've done is we have cut this square out, and we are going to run it through an embossing folder just to give it a little extra. And on this one, I'm going to go ahead and run it through just one of these basic 3Ds. just to give it a very subtle textured. And look at this. Can you see that texture? Love that texture. Now we are going to set this up on dimensionals. Just take the back off. Going to line this up. And now we have already created this really cute little tassel. And there's all kinds of directions on how to create a little tassel. We've also punched out a circle. Now this circle, we went ahead and punched it out, and then we added like 4 of them together to make it a little sturdier, because we're going to add it on a dimensional. We're going to lay this down first with just a little bit of glue. Now we're going to add a dimensional on the back of our little dot. And look at this card. Look how cute that is. You open it up, you have room for your message. You can even leave that blank and just put the congratulations right here. You have room to write on the back if you want to. But you have your cute little tassel, and you have this adorable graduation card. Okay, let's put this to the side, and now let's bring in another color and see what that will look like. So we are bringing in Cherry Cobbler. We're going to bring in our trimmer once again. We're going to cut our paper 9 3/4 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score at 5 1/2. Just going to bring in our bone folder, and we are going to put our fold on the left side of the trimmer as you put it in. And we're going to make some tick marks at 2 1/8. So just put it in the canal, make a little tick mark right there. We're going to take it out, flip it over, make sure that that fold is on the left-hand side, and just put a tick mark once again right there in the canal. Take it out, open it up where you have the short side on the top, and make another 2 1/8 tick mark. And remember, this is just so that we can cut that tip. Let's go ahead and put this tick mark and this one right at the top, close to the middle, right in the canal, and just swing this around until it's in the canal and slice. Do the same thing to the other side. Put this tick mark in the canal, swing it until the bottom one is in the canal, and slice. And there we have it. Perfect point. And now make sure that you move that cutting blade out of the way, because now we're going to score our lines. And we're going to score from the top left to the bottom right. Place them in the canal and score. Now take the top right and score to the bottom left, placing them in the canal and score. Now we're just going to give it a good crease. Use your bone folder on both sides. And it very naturally just folds in, just like this. And look at that. See how fast that is? Just give it a good score. Now let's go ahead and make the inside. So we're taking our paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to put the short side at the top just so we can center it. We're going to put a little tick mark right there. Now we're going to turn it on its side at 2 1/8. As you can see, all our little tick marks are at 2 1/8. And put one down at the bottom. Now we're just going to cut our point. We're going to bring this in and it lines up perfectly. Now on this one, we're just going to put the bottom part, so we're going to stamp it before we put it in. So let's bring back in our really cute border. Tap, tap, tap. Bring in our congratulations. And now let's adhere this to our card. We're going to put our little picture on the inside. And now we are going to emboss using one of our new embossing folders. This is so beautiful. Countryside Blossoms. So we have our little square cut and we're just going to run it through the embossing folder. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now we're going to lay this on some dimensionals. That texture just adds to this beautiful design. Look at that. Now we have already created our tassel that we're going to use. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue. We're going to bring in our circle that we punched out. Remember, we added about 4 layers. We're going to add it with the dimensional. And look at this card. This is so cute. Love this card. Now, if you think outside the box, you could do so many things with this template. Now, remember I said I was going to show you some other cards that we made, some different colors. So we have these two. We also made just a solid black one. So pretty. And we made a royal blue using different thread on this one. So take a moment and let us know, do you have a graduation card that you will be making? Well, we hope you love this template as much as we do. Just think it is so pretty and can be used for so many different things, but certainly our graduation season that we're all going through right now. If you were inspired by this, we sure would love a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to our channel so that you know when we put up our next video. Well, we want you to go out, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.